This video is a hanging reel tutorial. I'm going to teach you how to do it step by step. So if you need to do your own, you'll get all the top tips, pro tips, and you'll be able to do it to a high standard. Right, pro tip number one. This is all about measuring. Most people don't know how to use a tape measure, believe it or not. Most people don't realise, oh no, I'm going to show you next. So what you need to do is you don't measure like that. That's not how you measure inside edges, and that's what nearly 99% of people do. You measure like this. You put the tape measure on the wall like that, and that end like that. Lock the tape measure in position, and then I can check this measurement here at 97.2, and I know, because this tape measure is designed that way, that this measurement from there to there is exactly 7 centimetres to the millimetre. So 97.2 plus 77 centimetres, 104.2 centimetres. So my exact measurement inside edge to inside edge is 104.2 centimetres. So next thing you do, obviously, is you measure your pole. Now this one, annoyingly, my colleague already cut this earlier, so I'm not even going to get to cut it on the video, which is a bit annoying. I am going to show you how to cut it, because I'm going to show you on the leftover excess bit. This bit. So leave the plastic on as well. That's a good tip for you. Leave the plastic on while you cut it, because it just protects the rest of the metal around in case you slip with your saw, etc. And it gives you a better surface to put some pencil as well. So let's just say that's 104.2 right there. And then it is really as simple as using a contraption known as a saw. This is a hacked saw designed specifically for metal. It's got quite small teeth on it. I don't know if you can see on the video, but it is a metal cutting saw. So then it really is just elbow grease. Just get it cut. A good little tip for you, and this is what I always do, is put your thumb right next to the pencil line on the side that you're keeping. So if you're keeping that side, you put your thumb this side. If you're keeping this side, you put your thumb this side. Reason for that, as you're cutting with your thumb there, you can't slip and then scratch the side of the pole that you are cutting. You can only slip that way and damage the side that you're cutting off anyway. So always put your thumb or finger in the way of scratching the side that you want to keep. Right, I'm probably going to speed you up 100 miles an hour now. You don't want to watch this in real time, do you? Now you can see on the video, I'm sure, that cut is not pretty. It's not a nice looking cut. It's at a funny angle. It's got rough looking edges. Not pretty at all. If you do have access to better cutting tools, like a mini hacksaw, not a mini hacksaw, a mini chop saw, you might get a cleaner cut. However, for a hanging reel, it doesn't matter. The reason being, I'll show you, the quality of the cut makes no difference at all, because the end of the pole goes inside the bracket. So you never see the actual cut. So it doesn't matter how the cut goes, because it's never going to be visible. So don't worry about it, okay? I really should mention that the pole was not actually cut to the full 104.2 centimetres. It was cut to 103.5 centimetres instead. The reason for that is because it has to go in these brackets. So you've got to put one end in, and then you have to be able to put the other end in at the same time. So if you do it like full exact width, you can't get them in. So you need to leave a little gap. I'd probably recommend leaving at least a centimetre gap, actually, because these are about 1.5 centimetres each. So you've got plenty of play in that, and they do get locked in place with the screw. So next job is brackets, which this is the brackets. You've got 3 holes. Now here's a top pro tip for you. Whenever you're fitting it onto the wall, so that's the wall, have 2 holes at the top and 1 hole at the bottom. The reason for that is because the weight of the hanging reel will pull it from the top down. So you want all the strength in the top, not on the bottom. So 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Top tip. Right, so for measuring it up and marking it up, on this one, I know the clients want the hanging reel in line with the top hinge. So I measure from back wall to the back of the door, which is 60 centimetres. So I need to go 30 centimetres from the back wall to where the bracket's going to be. And then get your bracket. Remember, like I said, 2 holes at the top. You put that in position and just pencil mark inside the screw holes, so you know exactly where the screws are going to go. I'll show you that in a second. Just like that. So you've got the middle, that centre one there is where I've marked the 30 centimetres centre, and I've put the bracket in the middle. And you can see I've got the 2 holes at the top and 1 at the bottom. So this next tip, this is another pro tip, is probably the most important one. It's going to save you anguish and pain and agony if you follow this tip. This screw is what they send with the actual brackets. Now, if I could set fire to this screw and throw it in a scrap heap and stamp on it and just get rid of it, I could. But unfortunately, the screw matches in colour to the brackets, so you need to use these silver screws to match the actual bracket themselves, otherwise it looks awful. The reason it's so bad is this cross-section. When you try and screw that in, any manufacturer screw that they send with this kind of product, that will round off and turn into a circle. It'll just disintegrate within seconds of you trying to screw it directly into wood. So you can't do it. If you try it, you're going to end up with a screw that goes halfway in, and then it's going to be round. You're not going to be able to get it the rest of the way in, and you're not going to be able to get it out again. So follow this tip I'm about to show you, and it will save you pain, anguish, and agony coming up. And the tip is, drill the hole first using a decent screw. Get yourself a decent screw from anywhere, and just drill the hole first with it. So just get a normal screw. Screw it into the pencil marks you've already made. So there you have it, 3 pre-drilled holes done with a decent screw. And then you stick your naff manufacturer screws in the same holes. And you should have a result where it just goes straight in. No messing about that. I don't know if you can see on the top, it's already starting to round off. Even with the pre-drilled holes, that's still rounding off. Just awful, awful screws. Need to be set on fire. In fact, I won't even waste the fuel to set them on fire, they're that bad. Right, there you go, bracket 1 in place. Next job, bracket number 2. So, slot the bracket, so you can get rid of the packaging now, always a good idea. Slot the bracket over the pole first. And then you slot that end into that side that we've already fitted. This is why you need the hole slightly short. And then you get it in the right, well, roughly the right position. Actually, I probably should have measured before doing it. Anyway, we know we want it 30 centimetres from the back wall. So that is 30 centimetres there. Hopefully you can see. So I measured that as 30 centimetres from the back wall, so it is in line. And then we need to get the height right. So this is where your little spirit level comes in. This is a cheap naff spirit level. Normally I would be using a laser level for this, but I'm doing this in the DIY way because I know most people wouldn't have a laser level. So hopefully you can see that bubble there. This is a magnetic one. So I need to go doon. Let's do it from this side so you can see. Doon, 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 doon. Doon means down in my language. All right, so we're now level. And then it's the same on the last one. Put your pencil marks in. Pencil mark inside the holes. Robert's your mother's brother. Fanny's your aunt. And there you go. You now have position for the next one. It's always handy having a magnetic spirit level. That was really good. Or if you have got a laser level, use one of them. So this is actually a wall, not wood. So we need to use wall plugs and drill the holes. The noise you hear is a hoover. The reason for that is I've got freshly painted walls, so I don't want any dust going down the wall. So I put the hoover right there to catch all the dust. There you go. Top tip for you. Keep your walls clean, use your hoover. And then it really is as simple as put your plugs in. Stick your plugs in the hole. And now we are ready for putting the final bracket in and the pole in place. Now we stick the other end in, which you can't see on camera, but you saw me doing it earlier, so you don't need to see it again. And then straight onto the plugs. And get them screwed in. No issues with the screws rounding off when going into wall plugs. They're always strong enough for wall plugs. It's only when it's going into a harder surface like wood that you need to worry. And there you have it. Second bracket and pole now in place. So there you go. Just one more quick little job, and that's tighten up the 2 screws on the actual bracket. That just stops the real rattling around. I won't bother showing you that though, just 2 screws tighten up. So that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you've learned a few things. If you have and you appreciate it, please leave us a like, and a subscribe would go a long way as well towards us getting monetized. That'd be lovely. That's the dream. Get monetized. I actually get paid for these videos. But anyway, thank you for watching. And like I said, hope you've learned something. Bye-bye.